What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metro Fan 12 coming to you with another video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about LJN. And pretty much, it's no secret that LJN has always been notorious for consistently making bad games. You know what I'm saying? And this, of course, been throughout the late 80s and during the 90s before LJN went out of business, which was connected to some controversy concerning their plastic gun toys and stuff like that. Now when it came to their video game division, LJN had gotten the license to different movies, different movies that they made into games and stuff like that, like Back to the Future, Friday the 13th, Jaws, different stuff like that. Plus a couple of sports licenses, football and Major League Baseball and stuff like that. Now, when the games, of course, as it came out, they were pretty much poorly received by critics and the audience because of bad graphics, awful gameplay, bad soundtrack, and stuff like that. It's pretty much a combination of those three plus some other things too. You know what I'm saying? And in the past, I've Googled the top 10 worst LJN games, which led me to different YouTube videos and online articles where they listed which games were the worst that were made by LJN, of course. Now, some of the games that were mentioned were like Jaws and the Uncanny X-Men, but Back to the Future on the NES will always be number one. You know what I'm saying? It is often cited that the repetitive gameplay, the hard difficulty, and the awful music is the reason why they say it's pretty much bad, and not something that I agree with. However, as bad as Back to the Future on the NES is, there is one game that's worse than Back to the Future, and that game is NFL Football by LJN that was released on the NES. And some people might ask, how is NFL Football worse than Back to the Future on NES? You know what I'm saying? And there's pretty much several reasons why. One of them is connected to the fact that it has to do with the licensing. You know what I'm saying? Even though LJN got the license to make a NFL football game, but they didn't, or they were unable to get a license to use the name of the football players that were playing in the NFL at the time. You know what I'm saying? I would say, in hindsight, that was a good idea for the NFL Players Association not to do that, because NFL football was pretty much a bad game. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to bring that up because due to the fact that LJN couldn't get the licensing to use the NFL players' names, they were stuck to do. There was no season mode, but there was this exhibition mode, an NFC game mode where you could put two NFC teams against each other, like Chicago versus San Francisco or Detroit against Minnesota. Then there's the NFC mode game where you could face where the New England Patriots could face off against, say, the Miami Dolphins or Denver Broncos and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Then that was the Super Bowl, and as a result, the replay value is really low. I'll say the lowest I've seen since, say, 10-yard fight. You know what I'm saying? One of the last games on the NES. Now the designing game, not designing gameplay, but designing graphics on NFL football is even worse than the Uncanny X-Men and Back to the Future on NES, and that's saying a lot to how bad um, NFL football is on the NES. That is even worse than those two particular games. You know what I'm saying? Now, then there's the controls. You know what I'm saying? For and the controls for NFL football is way worse than Tecmo Bowl, even a 10-yard fight. You know what I'm saying? Now the gameplay for any football game should be fast paced, like the real life counterpart of the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Since the Super Bowl is coming up, it should be fast paced like that. You know what I'm saying? But It's really not. It's just has this tank patrols. You know what I'm saying? They're not really running details. They're just like really slow walking. You know what I'm saying? Which don't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And then there's the fact that there's pretty much no music in the during gameplay, and the music that is in NFL football is pretty much the menu screen, and it's pretty much bland, lousy, and forgettable. You know what I'm saying? Again, worse than Back to the Future or the Uncanny X-Men. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, there's the fact that if you bought a copy of NFL football on the NES in that box, one of the things that came with it was this big, large sheet with a lot of offensive and defensive plays on it. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I first got the game back in, say, 92 or 93, I was using it at first, but I just discarded it because it was that sheet was more of a liability, you know what I'm saying? So I just winged it, you know what I'm saying? And in a good football game, that large sheet is pretty much it's not necessary because it breaks up the flow of the game. But in NFL football on the NES by LJN, it's not a good football game. I would say it's the worst football game of all time. You know what I'm saying? You know, and now some people will disagree with me when they hear me mention that NFL football is the worst LJN game, not Back to the Future. They'll pretty much maintain that Back to the Future is the worst LJN game, which is fine by me. You know what I'm saying? Um, now, with that being said, sound off in the comment section about NFL football. You know, do you really think that it's worse than Back to the Future, or you still maintain that Back to the Future is the worst LJN game of all time? You know what I'm saying? If you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 signing off.